What's up, you guys? Today we're going to talk about bar chords. There's 4 bar chord shapes that you need to know. 2 that start on your E string and 2 that start on your A string. And one of those shapes crosses over a little bit, so you'll see what I'm talking about. A bar is just referring to any time on our guitar that we use a finger to grab more than one string. So for these bar chords, our first finger is going to be laid across our neck like a bar. So let's start with our E string, root, major, and minor shapes. All of these shapes are going to center around our power chord shapes. So our 1, our 5, and our octave, with our first finger, third finger, fourth finger, respectively. Now to extend this to our major bar chord shape, we're going to set down a second finger behind that, and then a first finger again. So we have a first finger, third finger, fourth finger, second finger, first finger again. And there's our E string, root, major shape. And we can move that all the way up and down. And that's going to be a major chord every time. Now within this chord, what we end up having is a 1, a 5, a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 1. And so there's only 1 3 inside of there. And remember, the 3 is what determines whether or not we're major or minor. So all we have to do is flatten that 3, which our second finger is grabbing. Check it out. If I flatten it, our first finger is already taking care of that note. So all I have to do is just lift it up. And there's my minor bar chord shape. So again, we have major. And all we have to do is lift up that second finger to get minor. So what if I started on my A string? I could set down my whole major shape again, but remember, everything on my B string has to come up by 1 fret. So this second finger here is actually going to have to come up by 1, but that's not very comfortable. What I like to do instead is just bar my pinky. So I end up having a first finger, third finger, fourth finger, and another fourth finger. And then I usually just mute that high E string. Sometimes you'll see dudes do it with just their full third finger, or maybe even fingers 2, 3, and 4. I find all of those to be pretty uncomfortable, so I just do my normal power chord and then bar that pinky down. So in this chord, I have a 1, a 5, a 1, and a 3. Now, if I want to make it minor, remember I just have to flatten that 3. So I'm going to take that barred pinky, and I'm going to bring it back down to that second finger. And now I can bar this first finger up top again. And what I have is a 1, a 5, a 1, a minor third, and then a 5 again. So notice how our A string, root, minor looks a lot like our E string, root, major. So just to go over it again, we have our E string, root, major. Take off that second finger, and we're going to get a minor. If I bring that second finger back and just move it over by 1 string, then I have my A string, root, minor. And if I want to turn that into major, then I have to just bring that second finger up and bar it with a pinky. A lot of students struggle with getting their fingers to relax when they're trying to play these chords. So a couple tips that I would encourage is try to keep the bottom of your palm off of the bottom of the neck. And to help, make sure this thumb isn't up on the top of your neck. You can bring this down behind the back of your neck a little bit. You're going to bar this first finger, and the rest of these are going to be angled. Your first finger is the only thing that's flat. Everything else is angled. So it ends up looking kind of like this. I think of it as like a crab kind of shape. So this is flat, and then angled, angled, angled. My hand feels weird doing this. I don't know if you could see what my hand looks like. That's kind of how it looks. So this thumb isn't angled around the back of the neck, because then it just makes everything feel weird. This thumb is going to be flat, the first finger's flat, and then everything else is going to be angled. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Follow me for more guitar tips, and I'll talk to you soon.